Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a trip.
It's time for
Amanda Exclusivo.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Amanda Exclusivo. You guys, in the box next to me is a young and upcoming artist who I'm so excited to say is going to get his start right here on the Amanda Exclusivo. Is Jacob Galdes. Hi Jacob.
Hey Amanda, thank you for having me.
Of course, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a sunny afternoon here in Chicago, so I can't really complain.
I just want the world to get to know you a little bit better. So tell me, where are you from and what was life like growing up for you?
So I'm originally from near San Francisco, the Bay Area, like 30 miles east of the city. And growing up, I actually thought I was going to be a professional basketball player, but that's not going to happen anymore. So I really got my start in music when I was 11. In middle school, I had a really close friend named Daniel, who I'm actually still rooming with. Pretty crazy. We ended up going to the same school, but we were really close in middle school, and he was getting into guitar and he was getting into drums. And I was like, that's really cool. I want to do the same thing. So I started taking guitar lessons, and we were in our middle school rock band together, which is where I like got my first start playing guitar and doing music. And from there, I started to like take a liking to jazz. And I remember when I was 16, I like broke my foot 3 times in 1 year, which is pretty terrible, rough physically. But what it meant was I got to practice guitar. I couldn't really walk around, so I just practiced guitar, and I found a guitarist named Django Reinhardt. And that is how I really fell in love with music.
That's awesome. And I mean, my mom and I have listened to you many times. That's the reason why we connected. So, hi, Mom. You can call her Carrie. She hates being called Mrs. Geffner.
Okay, strike that. Hi, Carrie.
My mom told me, and she's like, Amanda, you have to listen to this guy. He has some Justin Timberlake vibes going on. Do you get that a lot?
I get actually Charlie Puth more. Like people think I look like Charlie Puth.
I can see that.
I can't exactly sing like Charlie Puth, but people are like, you look like Charlie Puth, especially when I'm like holding the guitar. So Justin Timberlake, that's a new one, but I could see it.
That's what my mom thinks. And now I'm seeing it more with Charlie. So is Charlie one of your musical influences, or who else do you look up to?
Yeah, he really is. Like as recently I've been getting more into like pop music. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I was like super into jazz from like ages 16 to like 19 or 20. Which is like, that's how I learned to play, like how I learned music, kind of how I got my start. And then as like I kept going, I found myself like just getting more into like R&B and hip hop and pop music. And Charlie was one of the people that really drew me in, because he will like throw in some like sneaky chords or whatever in like a place that like sounds cool, but to the musician, you're like, oh, did he really just do that? Like, oh, he did. And so he's definitely one of my influences.
So what's your favorite Charlie Puth song? Speaking of Charlie.
Oh man,
I know.
That's hard. That's like the favorite artist question.
I know.
You know, like people are like, who's your favorite artist? I'm like, well, I really can't answer that, but I will answer it.
Okay.
Favorite Charlie Puth song. I think it's probably If You Leave Me Now.
That's a good song.
Yeah, when he's with Boyz II Men, I like that song. Is just so beautiful.
It is a really good song. I also like Tell Me What You've Done for Me, Marvin Gaye. Like, I like the old stuff too. I've seen him in concert many times, and he's
you have?
Yeah, I actually saw him with Meghan Trainor, and then I saw him at the Teen Choice Awards. So he was sick.
Wow, that's so I have yet to see him in concert. I bet it was awesome.
Yeah, and then you continued playing music in college. And tell everyone where you're at in school now and what you're doing with your music.
So now I'm at Northwestern. I'm a senior, about to graduate. So as far as music, I came to Northwestern wanting to be a doctor. That's not going to happen anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Science person?
I was a science person. I was like a science and music. That was like
really
like my 2 interests in high school. Like kind of different, but anyway, I thought I was going to be a doctor. Took my first year of like pre-med classes. Absolutely hated it. And so that's when I transitioned to music, and I studied jazz for my sophomore year at Northwestern. But it wasn't like, it turned out not to be for me, because it was too like structured, and you really had to only focus on old time music. Like you couldn't really go past the 60s in the jazz world. And for me, that was kind of limiting because I love music from the 30s, but I also love music from like the 70s and the 80s. And that was not really within the scope of the program. So I did that for a year and found out that wasn't for me, and transferred to do another major. I'm doing cognitive science now just because it kind of worked out. But from my time in the jazz program, I got to meet a bunch of wonderful people and wonderful musicians
Wow.
who now are the members of a band named Honeybutter, which I'm in with just a bunch of fellow Northwestern students. We have music out on Spotify, Apple Music, gonna release some more stuff soon.
Well, everyone check out Honeybutter. Tell us more about Honeybutter. How did it come about?
Yeah, so it started freshman year. I was like kind of I kind of knew the jazz people freshman year just because I like wanted to, hang out with them and play music with them. And one of my friends who wasn't in the jazz program was like having a basement show in the spring. And he called me up because we had like played guitar together before. And he was like, yo, like you got a band, dude? Like I'm trying to have a basement show this weekend. And I was like, I don't have a band, but I have friends that play music. So like we could figure something out, right? Like,
Yeah,
we could figure it out. So I called up the guys in the jazz program and I was like, look, we got this basement show. Like we can't really play jazz tunes because people aren't going to want to hear that on a Friday night. But we could play like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson and like do a little throwback set, which would be cool, right? So we got that together, and after playing that set, people were like, yo, that was awesome, because we had like a saxophonist who's really awesome. His name's Austin Cluin. And another saxophonist named Joseph Miller. People were like, that saxophone, like that's so crazy. Getting hyped to it, and we're like, okay, like maybe we can keep rolling with this. And then Northwestern has a Battle of the Bands every year that if you win, you get to play at this student-run music festival called Dillo Day, which we have like at the end of every year, except for the last 2 years because of COVID. Right. But before COVID, we had that every year. And so we like tried out for the battle, and we got in, and we ended up winning night of, which was really cool. So we got to open for like Whitney, and Daniel Caesar was playing later that day. Like Toki Monsta was there. Young the Giant was playing later in the day. So it was like a legit stage. And it was like the first.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. We were the first act of the day. So like people were still kind of like pre-gaming and not really at the concert yet. But like we got to play on the full stage, like had our name behind us on the screen, like kind of like actually like a music festival experience. And that was the moment for me that I was like, we can really do this. Like, it felt real because it felt like we had the big sound system and we had people like in front of us, and it just felt like, okay, I could like, this could be something I could see myself doing. So that was like the moment when Honeybutter as a collective thought, okay, let's do this. Let's write our own music. And that's when we started to write some originals and keep going from there.
That's exciting. So I'm sure you get asked this question a lot. What's next for you after you graduate? Are you and Honeybutter going to venture out and, try to get your music out there? What's the plan?
So I'm moving to LA. I'm moving to LA with two of the people in Honeybutter for sure. Oliver Holden, who's the drummer in the band and co-leader. He and I like co-lead it. And then Austin Cluin, who's the saxophonist and lead singer. Like when you hear a male voice on the track, it's Austin singing. So we're all going to move out to LA. And then after that, like we don't have any concrete plans. We have some friends out there who are doing in the music business and just kind of, doing it, and some connections from people we know from Chicago. So we're just going to go out there, keep making music. Honeybutter's got some more stuff on the way, and just see, maybe I can play guitar for someone. Maybe I could be a songwriter. Maybe Honeybutter takes off. I guess just like go out and be in the place where music is happening and see where it goes.
And that's amazing. I'm so excited for you and for what your future holds. You are really, really talented. And I was wondering if we could play a quick game before I make you perform for me.
Oh man. Okay. Yes. Let's do it. What's the game?
So it's called the speed round. I'm going to ask you as many questions as I can within a minute. I'll tell you my record. I don't know if you watched The Bachelor, but
a couple episodes.
Okay, so Ben Higgins is my winner right now. He's got about 14. Okay. So maybe you can beat Ben Higgins.
Man, that's a tall task, but we'll see.
All right, let me know when you're ready and I will press start on the timer.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Your favorite instrument?
Guitar.
Your favorite breakfast cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Flintstones or the Jetsons?
Flintstones.
Pool or beach?
Beach.
Hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
Action movie or comedy?
Comedy.
Pancakes or French toast?
Pancakes.
Your celebrity crush?
Oh, Ana de Armas.
Ooh, music mentor?
Stevie Wonder.
Your
Learn from him.
favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Your hidden talent?
Oh, I don't know. Doing this
Manual
with my
or
tongue.
what?
Never mind. Go ahead. Next
Manual
question.
or electronic razor?
Manual.
Okay. Favorite gum brand?
5.
Where was your first kiss?
Israel.
Dream car?
Audi R8.
Oh, you're tied at 14.
Wow.
You're tied.
That was a speed round.
That was. But you did a great job on my speed round. And
Thank
like
you.
I said before, there is one song that I would love for you to perform because this is what drew me in when I saw you on Instagram perform. It was like, wow, this guy is so good. I want you to sing Don't You Feel It Too.
Okay, I can totally do that, but I have like a little disclaimer about that song. I need to write this whole song because it wasn't a full song. Like I wrote like, so one of like this producer I follow on Instagram does like these monthly challenges where he puts out a drum loop, and I just like have fun like working with his drums. So I was like, okay, I'll write like a little like half song or like a snippet, like an audio snippet to it, and that's all I'll do for this.
Okay,
If I
great.
could write like a little hook and like that's the one that the most people have said they liked. People are like, oh, that one, Don't You Feel It Too? I was like, that's not even a full song. It's literally, you heard the whole thing is all I've written for it. So it means I need to write more. But
It's so good. I can't wait to hear it when it's fully finished. But for now, can we hear a little bit?
for now, yes, totally a snippet.
But ladies and gentlemen, here is Jacob performing Don't You Feel It Too right here on the Exclusivo.
Right. Here we go. Oh, don't you feel it too? I know you do. And that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
The beat is amazing and you are so talented and I can't wait for what the future holds for you. I am a forever Jacob fan and I appreciate you coming on here today and I'm happy to say that you got your start here with me.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for having me.